first of all ahead of the trip visit to Stoke this weekend?
Well, Delaney, he obviously was on the bench last week. I didn't want to really play him, if I'm honest. He'd only done a few days, but he's had a good week's training, so he'll be back in the squad. And apart from that, Ledley and Johnny Williams are both training now. They're doing some running now. So although they won't be available, they're on the way back. So hopefully they'll not be as long as we first thought.
And what's the mood in the camp like following that good point at White Hart Lane last weekend?
Yeah, it's been a good week. I think we've been playing quite well for a few weeks. I think apart from scoring goals, and you could see they were quite buoyant this week in training. That's holding back a little bit, but that's a good sign. They're a good group.
Does that mean something you've been concerned about, the lack of goals lately? Do you feel as though you need to be a bit more clinical up front, need a bit more?
Yeah. I think we've known all along that we probably haven't got that clinical striker, but I think we've scored quite a few goals over the season. Really, we just seem to be in spurts. When we score, we get three. It's one of those things we've got to start putting a few of the sort of lesser chances away, and they would have earned quite a lot more points.
Do you think in January you'll consider going into the market for a striker specifically? Do you think that's an area you'd like to strengthen?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, we've been looking now, more or less since I came. I only came a couple of days before the window closed, so it was difficult really. And we managed to get MacArthur over the line, but other than that, it was difficult. But we've got to bring players in. Without knocking our players as well, they've got to be better than what we've got really, and it takes a lot of money to do that. Really, we've still got some good players, so it's just trying to find the 2 or 3 players that will add to the squad we've got to give us that little bit more in depth. I think the substitute bench a couple of times hasn't had a lot of players on for me to change a game. And I think we've got to look at that over for the second part of the season where we can we can look to influence the game by the substitutes.
And just on contract situations for a couple of players, Joel Ward and Damien Delaney, is there any progress or development in terms of renewals of their current deals?
One of the press guys told me this morning that on Delaney's whatever it was, I don't know whether it was Twitter or what. Instagram. He says he's agreed, so I'm sure they'll tell me eventually. Somebody at the club will tell me if Damien might. Unfortunately he can't tweet me, but no doubt he'll let me know. So that's good news if it is. He's an important player in the club, on and off the field. He's one of our leaders, and it's good to tie him down. I think it's a reward for him as well. Joel, we've been talking since I came to the club, so we've been close a few times, not quite there. So hopefully we can get that done before Christmas.
And they'll probably see a visit to Stoke this weekend. They're coming off the back of a great win against Arsenal. It's going to be a really competitive fixture.
Well, it always is. I think that Stoke have got quite a lot of players. I quite admire a number of players in the side. I was looking forward to seeing Victor, but unfortunately he's injured. But I think Bojan, how do you say it, Bojan? He looks like a hell of a player, doesn't he? And I know Mark's enthused about him. But they've got others. Crouchy still does a good job. Dufy and John Walters I've tried to sign him 2 or 3 times, John, over the years. He was in my office before he signed for Stoke at QPR, but we were in the Championship and they came in for him late and off he went. He blamed his wife, said his wife wanted to live near him.
With Yannick getting all that attention, is it helpful for Wilfred Zaha to kind of just build up game time and get confidence with less attention on him?
Yeah, I think, like I say, I think he's learning all the time, Wilfred. He's really, he's trying his hardest, and he's up to about 60-70% now, where I want him to be on his defensive side. Whereas, I would say he was 20% when he arrived. And he is really training as well. And we will keep talking to him and keep telling him what's needed. And hopefully he'll get there. Yannick's the same. Yannick didn't always defend when he first started, and now he does it naturally. So it's something that you have to learn when you're a wide player.
James MacArthur's a bit of a fan's favourite already. I think they like his work rate, getting up and down. You expecting to see more goals from him?
I think as long as we're creating chances, James he got the penalty away at Swansea by being in the box. He's always in and around. I think he allows Ledley to get in, and Ledley's had quite a lot of chances the last couple of games. So it's a mixture really. But his attitude is fantastic. You know, I mean, he's a manager's player really. He's one of those that don't not really get more than 6 out of 10 each week, but he's first on your managers on the team sheet. That's how I would class him really, and you know, gem of a lad.
Defensively, it's great to get a clean sheet against Spurs. Hangeland's settled in well now, hasn't he?
He's done well, yeah. You know, I'm disappointed in the Villa goal, if I'm honest, with the two centre halves. But apart from that, they've been quite immaculate in the 3 games. So, you know, we've got to carry on with that because, you know, everyone knows if you get clean sheets, you're okay in this league.
And have you had many good battles with Mark Hughes over the years?
Not that I can remember, no.